Didn't think we'd miss out on the end of an era, did you? Greetings, geeks and geekerellas. It is me, I am back for a very late review of Jessica Jones, Season 3. Thought I should cover it since I covered Season 2, and also because, like I said, this is an end of an era. All the Netflix Marvel shows end with Jessica Jones, Season 3. It's really sad, but I don't want to focus on that. So let's talk about the show itself. So spoiler alert, if you guys haven't seen that season, gotta get used to that for these Netflix reviews. If you guys hadn't seen the season, then go watch it. Then come back and tell me what you think in the comments down below. So, like I said, this is the end of an era. But let's backtrack. For those of you who don't know, which is probably a lot of you because this is still relatively new for me, for these Netflix stuff, I go into the different characters and go into what their overall thing and give you very broad strokes for each individual character, because I can't summarize 13 episodes in a 12-minute video. Alright, so I guess first we can talk about Jeri Hogarth. Jeri kind of pissed me off in this season. We all know that Jeri's dying. So as like her dying thing, she reconnects with her first love, her college love. And at first just wants to see if her life was fucked up the way that her wife was. You know, with the dying and everything. But sparks come back and they reconnect. So she gets Malcom, her right-hand man, to dig up dirt on the husband and finds out some dirty secrets that are illegal, that involve their dead daughter's charity. So some evil shit. And so he decides, hey, my life is ruined, but I'm gonna go down, and I'm gonna go down saying screw you to Jeri. And said, she drove me to this. So not only does the girlfriend kind of break up with her, never want to see her again. She also, her firm loses like 2/3 of their client. And this kind of puts her in a bad place, especially when Jessica says that there's a guy going around, it's a big case where it's a murderer. And Jeri's like, I know that look in her eye and I know the trust. I was like, God damn it, Jeri. But yeah, Jeri represents the big bad of the season. And who, I hate to say it, but I've forgotten his name. And I'll explain kind of why later on. Anyway, so Jeri really pisses me off where she goes on this full anti-superheroes thing. You know, like superheroes haven't saved the fucking world and that you're friends with one of them. So that really pissed me off. But in the end, everyone leaves her and her love tells her that she's gonna die alone even though she doesn't want to. Which is a little harsh, but true. But then we'll talk about Malcom. Malcolm, his whole thing was girlfriend. His whole thing was he's now got a girlfriend that works with Jeri, and he works with Jeri, so he's like full on corporate, doing some bad shit, letting a drunk driver, baseball player, serial drunk driver, go free, and then even the line is when they start covering the big bad, and he's like, "No, sorry, I gotta go." So he goes and he leaves, and he does his own thing, working with Jessica, and then his thing ends with him inheriting Alias Investigation, which is really cool. But his thing was just examining, like, if you're a good person or not, and is there redeeming for when you've done bad crap. That was his whole thing, was redemption and proving he's a good guy, which kind of which also helps juxtapose Trish's story. So let's talk about Trish. Now, the main reason why I believe that I don't remember the big bad's name is because he wasn't the memorable, like, kind of villainous force of the season. The main one was actually Trish herself, because Trish just, like, had this descendance to madness, and it was interesting to see how all that happened and where we led to it, like certain things that her mom said, and then her mom, who she's never really had a great relationship with, dying really pushed her over the edge, and how she had this kind of holier than thou hero personality, and it's just like a lot of things actually click and make sense when you think back to the older seasons. And this is just like the evolution of her character and how messed up she is. And it was just really cool to see that descendants of madness, and to see her be, like, at first a good vigilante, but then taking things too far, and then being like, "Yep, I gotta do it." And it was really interesting to see that. And it was heartbreaking, but it was also very great, and kudos to the actress who played her. And also, speaking about kudos, though, because I've got to go faster. Kristen Ritter. Oh my god. She really pulled it out for the last season. Seeing her try to figure out what's going on, her learning from her past and trying to take down the bad guy, but take him down in a legal way and in a right way, and then having to deal with someone who was kind of like previous her with Trish, and then her having to take down her sister and how that hurt her, but she still had to push through, because at the end of the day, she's an unconventional hero, but she's still a hero, and she's got to do what's best for the good of everyone. And if that means taking down her sister and putting her sister in jail, she will. And it was also really nice to see her connection with Dorothy, and how that changed this season, and how Dorothy actually, like, gained respect for her, and how they had this nice connection right before Dorothy died. And also to see, like, in the past where Dorothy was just really nice, like the whole thing with the chair, oh my god. And just seeing her go through all this was really interesting and cool. And then seeing her, like, beaten down to, like, I had to take down my sister, and it's just like, which, by the way, Trish realizing that she was the villain was really good. And then her saying Screw it, let go of everything. I am done with being a hero. I'm going to let everyone else do it, and I am no longer going to have. I'm no longer going to do it because I cannot take it anymore. I'm going to go to Mexico and just retire from being a hero. And then David Tennant coming in with the cameo. Oh, Jessica. That's it. Just run away. And then her turning around being like, nope. I ain't gonna do it. Which is bittersweet because that was the last scene of the whole Netflix Marvel stuff. And honestly, I've heard a lot of negative things about this season, but honestly, in my opinion, it was better than season 2. It wasn't as good as season 1, but it was better than season 2. And I really liked it, and I think they went out on a high note. I hated to see all the setup that they did for the future, like Luke saying if I go down the dark path, Luke showing up for a cameo and saying if I go down a dark path, hopefully someone will correct me. And it's just like, if you've been watching Luke Cage, you know that he was going down a dark path and that's the route that they were going to go, but they can't no more because the whole thing is canceled. And it's just really, my only criticism that I really have, beyond the fact that I wish the villain was maybe a little bit more memorable, because I don't even remember his name, is the fact that 2 people should have been in this. Turk and Claire Temple, because they've been in all of them. So it would have been good to see them in the last one. But they only knew that this was the last, like, I think, towards the end of filming. Thank you guys for watching. I know this was a little weird and a little jumbled, but thank you for watching. Join me next time where, unless something comes up, I will be doing Handmaid's Tale. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time, and beyond. I really hated to see you go, but at least you went out on a high.